You know that one idea? The one that just sticks with you? That little voice that says, hey, you could build something really special. Well, today, we're going to grab that what if and turn it into a solid how-to. We're diving straight into Mzansi magazine's fantastic guide for South African entrepreneurs, laying out the entire journey from that first spark of a dream all the way to a real, successful business. Wow, a siren song. I love that. It perfectly captures that magnetic pull, right? The promise of being your own boss, creating something new, and just building something that's 100% yours. And let me tell you, that call, it's getting louder and louder all across South Africa. So here's the game plan. First, we'll talk about what the Mzansi dream is all about. Then, we get down to business, forging your idea into a rock-solid blueprint. After that, we make it happen, getting the legal and operational stuff sorted. We'll also cover how to create a brand that people actually remember. And to wrap it all up, we'll tackle some of those tricky questions you'll definitely run into. Let's get started. All right, part one, the Mzansi entrepreneurial dream. And just so we're clear, this is way more than just wishful thinking. It's a real, growing movement. Think of it as a genuine call to adventure that's changing the whole economic vibe of the country. So why is there so much excitement right now? Well, it's not just one thing. It's a mix of some really powerful stuff. You've got these amazing startup hubs like the Silicon Cape with this incredible energy and community. Plus, the government is actually helping out with things like grants and training. But honestly, the real game changer is the focus on homegrown solutions for local problems. That right there is where the golden opportunities are.
All that energy is the perfect jumping-off point for our next section, taking that little spark of an idea and turning it into a proper blueprint. This is where things start to feel real, where you lay the foundation for everything that's to come. And it all begins with this one simple question. Seriously, before you even think about logos or websites, you have to ask yourself, what problem am I actually solving? Is there something missing in the market? A common frustration you can eliminate? A truly great business at its core is a really great solution. Okay, so you know the problem. Now, who are you solving it for? Picture them. Who is this person? What do they think about? What do they need? Getting a crystal clear picture of your ideal customer is absolutely essential because it influences every single thing you do next. And let's be real, you're not doing this in a bubble. Who else is out there playing in the same sandbox? What are they good at? And more importantly, where are they dropping the ball? Understanding your competition is how you figure out what makes you different and better. So, once you've wrestled with those big questions, you need to get it all down on paper in a business plan. Now, don't think of this as some boring homework assignment. No, this is your treasure map, your strategic guide. It's the thing you'll come back to again and again to make sure you're still heading in the right direction. With that solid plan in your back pocket, it's time to move on to section 3, making your business real. We're shifting gears from planning to doing, from blueprint to actual bricks and mortar, or websites and code. One of the first really big decisions you're going to make is your legal structure. On one hand, you have a sole proprietorship. It's the simplest way to go, for sure. But, and this is a big but, there's no legal line between you and the business. Then there's the private company, the Pty Ltd. This option creates a whole separate legal identity for your business. Why does that matter? Well, it protects your personal assets, and frankly, it makes you look a lot more serious to banks and investors. It's a huge choice. All right, next up, you've got to build the engine that makes your business run. And that means nailing down 4 key things. Finding suppliers you can count on, getting a smart system for managing your money, setting up top-notch customer service, and finally, getting the right tech to make everything run smoothly. Okay, your business is officially real. Awesome. But how do you get people to actually pay attention to it? That brings us to section 4, building your brand's voice. This is all about how you cut through the noise and make your mark. So let's get one thing straight. Your brand is way more than just a cool logo. It starts from the inside out. What's your business's personality? What do you truly believe in? Once you know that, you can nail down your unique selling point, create visuals that tell that story, and build a great website to be your online home. First up, social media. This isn't just a place to shout about your products. It's where you build a real community. It's where you listen, where you share your story, and where you connect with people on a human level. Next, we have content marketing. The mindset here is simple. Be a teacher, not a salesperson. When you share useful information through articles, videos, whatever, you build trust and position yourself as the expert. And who do people buy from? The expert they trust.
And please, don't sleep on email. When someone gives you their email address, they're basically inviting you into their personal space. That direct line of communication is pure gold for building lasting customer relationships. Last but not least, SEO. It sounds super technical, but the idea is simple. Make it ridiculously easy for people to find you on Google. When someone types in a problem that you solve, SEO is what makes your website pop up and say, hey, over here. It's absolutely crucial. And that brings us to our final section, questions from the journey. Because let's be honest, no matter how well you plan, you're going to have questions and hit a few bumps. So let's get ahead of the curve and talk about some of the big ones.
Okay, the question everyone asks, the elephant in the room, cash. How much money do I actually need to get this thing off the ground? It's a huge question, and for many, it's the biggest hurdle. So, what's the real answer?
The honest answer is, it depends. A home-based consultancy is going to have a very different price tag than a restaurant. That's why making a super detailed budget is non-negotiable. As for finding the money, you've got options. Your own savings, government grants, private investors, and even crowdfunding. You have to explore every avenue.
All right, let's keep it real. This journey isn't all sunshine and roses. Knowing the potential challenges isn't about being negative, it's about being prepared. So what are the toughest hurdles that entrepreneurs in South Africa tend to run into?
The guide is pretty clear on this one. You'll probably deal with a shaky economy, high costs for things like rent, fierce competition, and yeah, sometimes a bit of frustrating red tape. But here's the thing. Knowing this ahead of time lets you build a plan to tackle it head on. It's about being resilient. So there it is. The map is laid out, the challenges are on the table, but so are the incredible opportunities. We've walked through the entire guide, from that first flicker of a dream to the real, gritty details. Now, the journey is all yours. So the only question left to ask is, what's your first move?